Abusive father who dominates over family shocks Dr. Phil. Hello and welcome back to another video here on Celeb Factor. Dr. Phil is normally calm and composed on the show when interviewing guests, and no matter how crazy a guest is, Dr. Phil tries his best to stay calm, interview and help his guests resolve their problems. However, there are dark moments where Dr. Phil is left stunned and unable to react. In this video, we look at one such case of an abusive father on the Dr. Phil show. We also look at some bizarre moments on the show. Stay tuned. Before we start with the video, however, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications and updates. This way, you will never miss another video. With that said, let's jump straight into today's video. Abusive father and disturbing family. The first case is pretty shocking. In this pic, we have a rather bizarre married couple where the husband is the insane one, while the mother seemed to be on the submissive side, trying to justify her husband's actions. Apparently, the father was hitting their problematic 16-year-old teenage daughter Valencia, saying that it felt good. Faced with Dr. Phil, who was shocked and angry, he did admit that it was a pretty crazy statement to make, while the husband admitted that at the time, he knew what he did was wrong. However, when it came to explaining to the talk show host how on earth it felt good, he started mumbling and stuttering. He said that their daughter was laughing in their faces, so he asked his wife to go upstairs for the moment, which she obediently did. The insane father then grabbed his daughter by the neck and held her against the wall, saying something about disrespecting the family before smacking her. The man admitted that he knew what he did was wrong and that he shouldn't have done it, but couldn't control himself. Dr. Phil was outraged by the fact that the mother went upstairs despite her knowing what her husband was about to do, but she tried to justify herself, saying that another child was screaming upstairs and that there were other children who were running outside and up and down the sidewalk. Moreover, the woman claimed that Valencia takes up so much of their time that sometimes she feels like the other kids are neglected. Her husband just shrugged, saying that he wanted to scare Valencia, but it didn't work as he had planned, to which Dr. Phil said that he scared him instead. It certainly was horrifying and shocking to see a mother neglect her teenage daughter being physically abused by the father, and the statements made by him on stage had no effect on her. Many children today are in such situations where parents abuse their kids for the silliest of reasons. What Dr. Phil was most shocked about was the mom, who showed full support to the actions by the father and that they should stop giving excuses for smacking their daughter in the head. Ultimately, the abusive dad admitted to beating his daughter at least on 4 different occasions, to which Dr. Phil had nothing to say except that they would be losing their daughter and other children. Crazy love triangle. Up next, we have a bizarre love triangle. Eileen and Sandy love Chris, but this love is unrequited. Chris doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with either woman aside from co-parenting his child with Sandy. As the story goes, Chris and Sandy were married for years, but eventually divorced. After that, he moved out and placed an ad for a roommate. Eileen responded, and the two became roommates, then lovers. Sandy said that while she loves Chris, she's only interested in being a part of his life because of their daughter. Eileen doesn't believe that. She claims Sandy isn't over Chris and that she got in the way of her relationship with Chris. She also resorts to ridiculous name-calling and has apparently been stalking Sandy online, making fake Facebook profiles so she can see Sandy's page. When she's not busy with the stalking, she calls Child Protective Services and makes up allegations of abuse and neglect against Sandy. Turns out, Eileen harassed her ex-husband in the same way when he started having a relationship with someone else. Mother hates her daughter. Not many mothers out there would say that they hate their daughters, but Jennifer didn't seem to have any problem at all, admitting that she not only hated her daughter, but had also told her to kill herself. She has also sent her daughter to live with her teacher, Whitney, who recalled how Jennifer had called her saying that she had it and wanted to give Adriana up for adoption. When asked to make a list of her daughter's positive sides, all this mother could come up with was that Adriana was bright, social, and happy, while Dr. Phil, who had just met the teenager for the first time, easily came up with more than that within seconds. But despite all that, Jennifer still believed she was a good mother, at least to her other children, the ones she doesn't hate. We have plenty of kids who are ignored by their parents just because they aren't bright or good looking. This kid is seen as the black sheep of the family, while the other kids receive all the love and attention from their parents. This is definitely harmful to a child's upbringing, and they end up having a tough life when older. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.